Hello everyone, welcome back to Seers Isle. Where we last left off, we saw Rowan's past, or present, as well as Connor's death. We don't really know what's going on after this, so let's get into it. And, well, before I get into it, Seers Isle is actually on sale right now. So if you want to buy that game, it's only $9 right now, so check it out. Chapter 6, Ice. And sorry if I eat during this, I'm kind of hungry. I feel a hand on my shoulder. Chapter 6. Ice. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me eating. I haven't eaten all day. It's Rowan, isn't it? Duncan looks at me, puzzled. Lower down behind him, Arlen also emerges from the cave. Yes. He stares at my antlers with fascination. You're not with the Seers? I shake my head. No, I was human like you before. And you've been following us since the beach? Why is it that we can see you now? I consider. We're close to the summit. The boundary between the two worlds is thinner here. Arlen joins us. She seizes Duncan in an impulsive hug. Where's Freya? I want to know where she is. I thought I'd never get out of that cave. Have you seen the others? Connor? Freya? Connor's dead. Duncan turns towards me, sorrowful. I suppose he already suspects that what I have to tell them. Couldn't save them. I couldn't save them. Well, I wish we could have seen what happened to Freya, though. I want to know what happened to her. I was too late. The Seers took them. I lowered my eyes. The damn Seers. They'll pay, I promise you. Calm down, Arlen. There's nothing we can do. We know perfectly well when we came to the island that we couldn't all come back. Arlen seethes. It's not fair. The Seers should protect us, not kill us off one after another. I don't think they really care. They don't deserve their powers. Arlen, we passed the trial. We're nearly at the summit. I'm sure the Seers have a good reason for putting us through all this. I agree with Arlen. Like, screw this. Arlen's right. The Seers shouldn't have so much power over men. Look what they did to me. Duncan crosses his arms and taps his foot. But who exactly are you, Rowan? You interfere in our trials and our dreams. You know our past, but us, we don't know anything about you. Duncan, she defied the Seers. She's watched over us since we arrived on the island. I think we can trust her. But we know nothing about her. Duncan turns towards me. How do you end up in this situation, Rowan? I don't know. At least I don't remember. Before we arrived, I was in limbo for an eternity. But you told me you were human before. You must remember something. Well, I had visions in the cavern, too. A glimpse fragments of my past. And my future. What did they show you? The moment I was sent to the island, when I was accused of sorcery. You were accused of sorcery? Really? Arlen shivers. I suppose she is recalling some unpleasant scenes from her own vision. But, are you a sorcerer? Arlen is about to interrupt, but seeing my hesitation, changes her mind. I sigh. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. Duncan looks thoughtful. I read works which speak of forbidden magic which doesn't come from the Seers. They were just legends. I didn't imagine it could really exist. But someone with that type of connection to magic on the island and so close to the summit. Arlen looks disconcerted. But what exactly is up there, at the top of this mountain? I don't really know. I remember a few short moments with Jennifer, but I'm sure that I must go there with you. Duncan seems lost in thought. I'm not sure I understand. Do you know how long you've been here? I've got no idea. I feel as if I've been here since time immemorial, but I could just as easily have arrived with you on the boat. Anyway, that's what my visions seem to have shown me. Since time immemorial. I find it difficult to believe the Seers could be capable. But why would they put you through this? They're trying to protect the island. I can't guess their intent, but I suppose they're simply trying to protect the island. It's cruel. There must be another way than to condemn you to an eternity of solitude. I don't think she deserves what happened to her, because, like, she can't control it. The Seers shouldn't have so much power over us. Arlen nods. I followed all the rules. I passed the test, even though I wasn't meant to be a shaman. If I accepted all that, it was to help my family. And how do the Seers repay me for my sacrifice? By showing me a future where my brothers and sisters are dead or treated like slaves? I agree with you, Rowan. We should be masters of our own destinies. Duncan lifts his hand in a sign of peace. We've nearly reached our goal. I'm sure everything will become clear when we reach the summit. We should get going. Arlen huddles in her cape. Yes, it's almost night and we have to find shelter if we don't want to shiver through the night. Aren't you cold? I shake my head. Since I emerged from the cavern, I feel much more anchored to the physical world than before, but I don't feel the wind or the cold on my skin. No, it's been a long time since I've felt cold, or hot for that matter. Arlen turns to Duncan. Aren't you cold? I love his face right here, he's so cute. No, I'm used to it. My clan's lands are up in peaks. As long as we keep moving, we should be okay. Still, it would be better to look forward to a good fire at the bivouac this evening. Duncan sets off up the path which snakes along the mountainside. By the time Arlen has picked up her satchel, which she had dropped at her feet, Duncan is already well ahead. Instinctively, I decide to stay with Arlen. Decide to stay with Arlen. When I see how hard it is for her to lift her bag and put it over her shoulder, I offer my help. Do you want me to carry your bag for a while, Arlen? No, it's alright. I love them, they're so cute. I'm gonna assist. You're worn out from the road, let me help you. Arlen looks a little surprised by my assistance. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. I don't insist. Well, if you're sure, I won't insist. Arlen smiles. I'm used to exercise, don't worry about me. When we turn back to the path to set off, I see that Duncan is already well ahead. I believe Duncan hasn't waited for us. Arlen cups her hands around her mouth. Duncan! No, something happened to him. Duncan stops and looks back. I'll wait for you at the top. Oh, I thought something bad happened to him. Are you sure? Will you be okay? Yes, don't worry. He turns back and I see him disappear behind a curve in the path. You don't want to do that! You don't want to do that! We should get going too. Yes, the sun is going down, and we're not about to find a sheltered place to camp here. Arlen and I set off. The sun continues its slow descent, and I doubt for a while that we will see the end of the path before nightfall. We advance with steady caution. Despite that, we don't catch up with Duncan, which worries me more and more as we climb the length of the cliff. Finally, the path comes out on a high plateau with a body of water in the middle. Did he fall in? No. The path, once again marked by megaliths, skirts the lake on the left. At the summit, we can see the mountain summit, which has never been so close. Screwing up my eyes, I think I can make out a reddish light. Oh yeah. Arlen, who has joined me and is catching her breath, finally says what's bothering us both. Where has Duncan got to? They probably took him, or he fell on the ice. I'm gonna say that. Duncan wouldn't have gone on without us. I'm afraid the Seers have taken him. I'm afraid so too. Her face speaks volumes with her optimism. Arlen looks me straight in the eyes with fierce, almost intimidating intensity. Rowan, from now on, we don't lose sight of each other, okay? I love the music that's playing, and they're so cute. I'm bisexual, so it's just like representation, you know. Even though I kind of made it happen, but still, I like that. I nod. Do you promise? I nod again. Yes, I promise. There's been enough tragedies on this island already without me losing you too. I couldn't bear it. I did it on the boat, might as well. I don't want to lose you either. Oh, they're so cute. Arlen takes my hand between her own and presses it against her heart. She blushes a little. We hardly know each other, and yet I take Arlen by the waist and pull her against me. We kiss. Oh. Arlen pulls out of my embrace. It's almost night. She throws me a mischievous smile. Wait. And I'm afraid that the warmth of your arms won't be quite enough at this altitude. I smile too. You're right. We should go towards the lake. We set off again in silence. We quickly reach the banks of the lake and start around it, following the megaliths. Arlen looks exhausted by the day of walking and strong emotions she has experienced today. Again, I offer to carry her satchel, and this time she accepts gratefully. I become more and more anxious. There's no trace of Duncan, and if we don't find a place to stop soon, we'll have to build a fire in the dark on the snowy ground. Rowan? Arlen points at an opening in the rock, a bit further away on the left near the path. Yes, it looks like there's some kind of cave, right? I'm going to take a look. You never know. With renewed energy, Arlen crosses the few yards that separate us from the opening in the rock. Arlen disappears for a few seconds into the darkness, then reappears and gestures me to join her. It's a cave, and there's even a stack of dry wood. A stack of dry wood? That means that this cave must have been used by the Seers? Arlen frowns. Yes, we might risk being surprised, but do we really have a choice? I shrug. No, you're right. It's a risk we'll have to take. Arlen builds a hearth, which she lights with her firestone. In the light of the flames, we discover that the stone has been carved with interlacing curves and ancient symbols, their meanings forever lost in time. The place must have been a refuge for craftsmen who put up their megaliths. There's even an opening in the ceiling where the smoke escapes. In a corner of the refuge, near the wood, I discover a pile of warm clothes and blankets. This doesn't seem right. I take one for Arlen and another for myself, and I go to sit beside her. She is checking what provisions we have left. Turns out there's plenty for both of us. She holds out a handful of shelled nuts to me. Are you hungry? Surprised I realize I'm ravenous. I slip one into my mouth, bite into it, and my palate is submerged by forgotten sensations. You'd think it was the first time you'd eaten a nut. I laugh, overcome with the joy of being able to once again feel, taste, touch. I suppose you don't realize how good it is, after so much time of feeling neither hungry nor thirst. Arlen regards me mockingly. If a simple nut produces that effect on you. She runs her hand through my hair, with gentle tenderness, then abruptly grips it at the base of my neck and pulls me towards her. I let myself be pulled willingly. We exchange a long kiss, followed by many more. Later, Arlen takes out her flute and plays for me. I was not expecting that, so I'm sorry. I laid down my head in her lap and let my wistful, melancholic melodies lull me. Without noticing, I drift into a dreamless sleep. I am awoken by the pale light of dawn coming in through the cave opening. The fire has burnt down to embers. Arlen stretches and stands up. She looks at me with astonishment. Rowan? Yes. Oh, her antlers are gone! Her antlers are gone, that's good! Your antlers, they've gone. I pass my hand over my brow, to be certain, even if I sense that she's right. There are only 2 small bumps where my antlers were, and my hair must hide those. Does that mean you're human again? I shrug. I don't know. I can feel the chill coming from the entry in the warmth of the fire. A little, but not as much as I should. Does that mean you'll be able to leave the island? I have no idea. I don't think the Seers will let me leave just like that. Arlen's face hardens. We'll soon know. We're almost at the summit. If we don't dawdle, we should be able to reach it before night. Yes, we've half a day's walk left at most. We should gather our strength and get going. We share out what's left of the provisions and breakfast in silence. I scatter the cinders of the fire while Arlen folds the blankets. She takes some of the dried fruits we have left and folds them in a cloth, which she leaves in plain sight near the entrance. I suppose she is hoping that Duncan is still alive somewhere. We've come out of the cave. The biting cold hits us. I repress a shiver. We set off. The pale mountain sun reflects on the iridescent waters of the lake. We walk a long while in the silence. The plateau is protected from the wind by the mountain peaks. It seems to have no animal life at all. The surrounding silence is almost total, giving me the unpleasant sensation of being an intruder coming to profane a sacred place. The way continues from one megalith to the next until the other shore. The path branches towards the summit, taking a sinuous route up the length of the slope. Arlen stops to catch her breath. She glares at the summit. High above, the colored mark that we could barely see in the distance last night is now clear and distinct. Do you know what that is up there? The red patch at the summit? It's the flame tree. The flame tree? I look down, trying to better recall my visions in the cavern. It marks the door to the world of the Seers and the source of their magic. The source of their magic? Arlen looks thoughtful. I can read her thoughts in her eyes, like an open book. Arlen, I don't know if the magic of the Seers can be stolen. But you said the tree is the source. Destroy the tree. If their magic is contained in the tree, we must be able to take it, right? They shouldn't have the power of life and death over us. It's risky. A sigh escapes me. I don't know, Arlen. It seems extremely risky to me. Arlen seems determined. After all that they've put us through, it would only be justice. Plenty of people has probably thought what you thought, and they ended up dying, so I don't know if you should do it. Justice or revenge? Arlen knows her eyes. I don't want you to risk your life for that, Arlen. Without warning, Arlen takes my hands in hers. I understand, Rowan. We hardly know each other, and yet I feel as if I have known you forever. I'm going to finish my trial, and we're going to convince the Seers to let us go. I nodded my head. We set off again towards the summit. Well, that was something. We're going to be hitting chapter 7, which is the final chapter. Yeah. So I did not know that scene was going to happen. I'm sorry. So I'll try to edit that to like have like a blurred out image or something. And like I said before, Seers Isle is actually on sale right now. And if you want to follow my social media, links are down below. And I'll have the link to Seers Isle also down there if you want to buy it. So that's all we have for the day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.